So, I was watching the behind the scenes of the founder of Boxraw, Ben Amana, travel to Dmitry Bivol's training camp, and I was very intrigued by what I saw. Without further ado, let's get started. So, my first insight was he is like the calmest man I've ever seen. For me, if I was a pound for pound greatest boxer on the planet, I think my mum would be all over the place. I think I'd be like, oh my god, in a few months I've got to fight better BF. Oh my god, I've got to train tomorrow. Oh, what if I get knocked out in sparring? Look, I think my head would be all over the place. But Bivol just appears to be in a very relaxed aura, just enjoying life. He seemed very grateful, peaceful, and I was very impressed with how calm he was. So I think that's a lesson we can learn, that being calm, being stoic, being peaceful can get you very far in life. I remember watching influencer boxer Jack Hopkins talk about one of the reasons he thinks he lost his first professional bout, and he said that he was so anxious and concerned about losing that he couldn't get into like that flow state when he was boxing, and he thinks that's why he lost, because he was just so worried about losing. He ended up losing. And I think that's one of the reasons Tyson Fury is so good, because he says, he enjoys boxing. He just gets in there, he enjoys himself, he does his thing. So I think the first lesson we can learn from Dmitry Bivol is we don't need to be so anxious all the time. If, one of the pound for pound greatest boxers on the planet is enjoying his life, so can we. The second insight I got was he sleeps a lot. He says that in general, overnight he'll sleep from about 11 or 12 to about 7, but then sometimes he'll have a nap after his morning workout or after his afternoon workout as well. I remember seeing a clip from MMA star Khabib, who says that, for him, rest is sleep. When he's not training, he's sleeping a lot. Personally, with sleep, I find that if I sleep a lot in one go, I'll wake up and feel lethargic, groggy. So for me, I don't like sleeping kind of 10 hours in one bulk. So I find it better with like 7 hours and then like a few naps in the day, as he says. So I think in a world of hustle culture, where everyone's like, you gotta be working non-stop, always on the grind. Look, the importance for sleep is very important. Lots of alpha males will be like, oh, only sleep 6 hours a day, bro. You gotta be chasing bread. Nah, like, you gotta sleep, you gotta rest. He also mentioned that he knows the importance of having a clear mind. He says he doesn't like to get up to a lot outside with training, because you have to have a clear mind in training, right? Like, if you ever like go for a session yourself, if you got loads on the mind, sometimes you don't have a good session, do you? Because you're like, oh god, emails to do. So I think the importance of a clear mind and something we can learn from him. Point number 3, he keeps his light sessions light. As anyone who kind of trains at a sport or just goes to the gym for fun, it can be so easy to, you say you're going to go and have a light session, to, go hard. But keeping light sessions light is very important, especially if you're doing some running. A lot of the science behind running says that running slow is really good for the body. Obviously, it's not saying you don't train hard. You still want to have those just hard interval sessions where you push yourself. Having easy runs as well is really good for the body. Zone 2 cardio, really good for runners and boxers. And this is what Bivol does. In the vlog, he was doing one of his morning training sessions. He stretched for about 10-15 minutes, went on a really light jog, did a little bit of light shadow boxing, and that was his session. He keeps his light sessions light so he can train hard when he does need to train hard. And I thought that was really clever. A very disciplined man. Discipline isn't always going harder, it's also keeping the easy stuff easy. 4, he doesn't worry too much. I guess that kind of links into my first point, but I went for a drink in the evening. He had a non-alcoholic mojito, there was some sugar in it that probably isn't ideal for you, but it was, he wasn't worried about it. He didn't waste too much mental energy worrying about things. He just tried to enjoy his life. Didn't take things too seriously, even though he's in a, very serious profession where he can get knocked out. The man just had like a real aura about him. He had like a real aura of like calm serenity about him, which is crazy because you have to be so aggressive as a boxer, but he just seemed like a really calm guy. Like really, I guess you're in control of your emotions, right? If you're getting beaten up for a living. You can see it when he fights, he's really disciplined. Like against Canelo just had nothing, didn't he? Like Bivol was just in complete control. I remember after he fought Craig Richards said, you can hit him with a shot and you can be like, oh, if I hit him there again, I'll hurt him. But you just never get the opening again because he's so disciplined. He doesn't turn everything into a war and, all the boxing training goes out of the window. He's disciplined and stoic. And yeah, I was really impressed. And he seems to have another arsenal in his toolbox because obviously he got Malik Zanik out of there, which he hadn't done for ages. So, he can be calm and he can be disciplined. He also knows when to turn it on, get his opponent out there now. So he's looking like a real danger going into his fight with Better Biev. And finally, a little intriguing non-boxing related fact. He's a huge fan of Friends. It's how he learned English. He just watched the whole Friends saga. He said for the first episode, he spent like 3 hours just replaying it and like trying to translate each word. So there you go. Dmitry Bivol is a big fan of Friends. So there's my 5 points of things we can learn from how Dmitry Bivol trains. Please like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. It would mean a lot. Thank you for watching and goodbye.